This is Matt from the Comment Hall and Roundtable Discussion, and here is a special haul video. These are some of my favorite CGC slabs. I've been wanting to do this video for quite a while, but it's just a lot of work trying to go through and pull out all of these slab boxes. And anybody who has a bunch of slabs know those boxes are heavy, and I had them tucked away, so I decided I'd pull them out since it's a holiday. And I said, you know, I'm going to do a haul video revolving around some of my favorite slabs. This is part one. I didn't realize I had this many slabs until I lined them up all here in the room, and I was like, wow, I did not realize I had this many slabs. So this is going to be part one, and we'll circle back with part two at a later date. But right now, let's kick things off. This is one of my favorite slabs. This is Iron Man #1, the Invincible Iron Man #1. This is the Silver Age Iron Man, and this is a book that I got from a good friend of mine who runs a store here, and he let me get this from him for a really good price. And as soon as I bought it, we sent it off to get slabbed, and it came back a really good grade, 7.5. It's really good. One thing you'll learn about me, I'm really not that much of a huge grade snob these days. My thing is just making sure that I have the book graded, so that I can take the best care possible of it. So this is Invincible Iron Man #1. I just absolutely love the artwork on some of these old Marvel books. So, all right, and this is not the only time you'll see Iron Man in this haul. All right, so I gotta try to make a pile here, so y'all gonna hear a little noise back there. Sorry if that was too loud, but I gotta kind of make a little pile to get these slabs started here. All right, next up, we've got another hard to find book. This is really hard to, believe it or not, it's really hard to find. This is Ghostbusters #2 from 2011 IDW. This is the retail incentive. This is one of my favorite covers because it's from the movie. It's the "We're Ready to Believe You" commercial, and they did it in comic book form. And this is a really tough book to find. Was able to get this on a sale, and was able to pick this up and of course get it graded. But yeah, Ghostbusters #2 IDW. This is the retail incentive edition. It's real tough to come by. If you see it, pick it up. Really tough to come by. Next up, some of these I left in plastic, some I took out just to try to take the glare off. This is Batman Adventures #12, first appearance of Harley Quinn. Excellent Bruce Timm artwork. Absolutely love this. This is one of my favorite covers. Didn't quite get the high grade. 7 will do for me. I am perfectly fine. I got this at an extremely good deal at a show in Savannah, and so we picked it up, and I actually bought this one slab, so I was glad to be able to pick that up. Now, for those who follow the channel know I would find a heist, and this was a classic example of a heist. This was all new Wolverine #2. This is the first appearance of Gabby. I paid a whopping $20 for this variant. So immediately once I got the book, I sent it off to get slabbed, and came back a 9.8. This is one I'm thrilled to have. I just absolutely love the artwork on this. The color palette, the use of color, the artwork itself is absolutely gorgeous, and it's definitely a book that I'm glad to have in my collection. Next up is my personal favorite comic book artist, Gabriel Dell'Otto. This is one of my favorite Black Panther covers of all time. This is Original Sin. This is the variant. This is Original Sin #2. This book tends to go, usually it's in the $100 range or a little bit higher, sometimes a little bit lower. It all just depends. You can actually find this for just varying prices, but I think this is one that you might want to add in your collection for down the line. It's just beautiful cover. Next up, a book that was undervalued for a while, but now people are starting to pick it up. This is XMen Annual #14. the Cameo of Gambit. People are now starting to pick this up. I think I was able to get this slab for about 30 bucks. And I mean, I've got another copy of it. I tend to always pick these up if I see them in long boxes when I'm shopping for nothing, little or nothing. This is one that you may want to add to your collection. But I got this book just because I felt like the appearance of the Cameo of Gambit was extremely undervalued, and at that time when I bought this book, I don't think I had a copy of 266, and so I decided I'd pick this up just to be safe, and so I just kept picking them up, and now people are starting to get them. But this is one that I had when I first kind of got back into collecting. I picked this up. So once again, it's the XMen Annual number 14. First Cameo of Gambit. Next up, another one of my favorite artists who is no longer with us. This is the Starfire number 3. This is the Darwin Cook variant. I just absolutely love the simplicity in this cover, which is why I bought it. I was able to get this at a really good deal, and I bought it slab, which was even crazy. I think I paid like maybe 60 bucks for it, but this is a tough cover to find. Rarely it shows up on eBay. Very rarely does it show up. If you see this, I know I'll pick this up. It's just a really hard book to find, but it's also, like I said, this is one of my favorite covers, and I bought this just because of the cover itself. And I've actually got the other copy of it as well. I've got that in the collection, but this is the one that I like the most. All right. Now this is another one of these steals. All right, so here we go. This is, we all know what this is. Amazing Spider-Man 361. We all know who's in it. We know what the significance is. And for those who don't know, First Appearance of Carnage. Got this book, believe it or not, at a shop in down here, Middle Georgia. Got this south of where I stay. I got this at a shop. $27. $27. Listen, when you go to these stores, just take a look at the slabs. Don't worry about is it a bunch. Just if they have them where you can pick them up. Usually, if they have them where you can pick them up when you walk in the store, usually they're priced really good. So if you see those slabs, then go ahead and pick them up. Sometimes you just never know what you run into. And here's a classic example. Once again, Amazing Spider-Man 361 First Carnage 9.4, $27. And actually ended up getting a collection. For those who follow us on IG know about the Great Heist. I actually ended up getting another copy for free that I have not had graded yet, so I need to send that one off. All right, next up, Alias number 1, the first Jessica Jones, 8.5. I paid $30 for this. Sometimes there's nothing wrong with trying to go for a 9.8, but a lot of times you can find value in what I call mid-high to high. So my range of mid-high to high is 6.5 up. So if you can find 6.5 up and you can find it at a really good price, buy it. Buy it. Don't even think about it. If you're collecting certain books, and I've got a few in here that you'll see towards the end here that are like really heavy hitters, but you'll see exactly why I purchased them at where I purchased them at. But 8.5, I know it's a modern book, but 8.5 is really high grade to me, so I really don't care about 9.8 or something like this. Especially when you can get it for 30 bucks. So that's what I did. Ended up getting it for 30 bucks. And it was on the down for a while. Nobody was buying it. I mean, I could have actually bought another one. I just never thought about getting it, and then now it's starting to go back up again. Now here's another book, man, that I got for little or nothing too. Because when I got it, it was just basically it just came out. Moon Girl and Devil Dinosaur number 1. I think I paid 30 bucks for this and just held it. The main reason I got it at the time was because they had a sister, Moon Girl with Devil Dinosaur, and so I just picked it up, thought nothing of it, and tucked it away, and now it's a hot book. But yep, I got that many moons ago. Next up, there are a few autographs, and sometimes you'll start seeing, I don't particularly care what the brand of the slab is as long as it's slabbed. And we have here Silk number 2. we have the Todd Knock signature, and we have the man himself, Stan Lee. And this is, of course, the Spider-Man 300 homage. I think I paid $40 for this on a Midnight Marauder. Anybody knows about me, or knows about the show rather, we all have this saying about the Midnight Marauder, which is where we usually find a lot of our sales after midnight, by just sitting on eBay, kind of just bruising around. And this was one that was just sitting out there, and nobody wanted it. And I was like, okay, well, I ended up getting it, and it's the Phantom variant. So I've had this one for a long time. This was actually one of the first few books I got that was Slabs. Also, another Midnight Marauder deal. This one was a whopping $50. Edge of Spiderverse #2, signed by Stan Lee. I was like, okay, yeah, everybody was going for that first printing and that second printing, and I was like, you know what? And that first printing variant, I said, you know what? I'm gonna go for the I think this is the third printing. I can't quite remember this. Yeah, third printing. Yeah, third printing. And I was like, you know what? I'll go for that. And it was signed by Stan Lee. Nobody wanted it because it was third print. Classic example of sometimes if you get there, you can find third and fourth prints at this kind of value down the line. So I picked it up and was like, you know what? I'll take it. I will take it. All right, here's a book I had as a kid, as a child, that I held on to, and I pulled it out of my old collection and ended up getting it slabbed. And that is Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Adventures #1. And I did not realize it until I pulled it out the box today that I had the newsstand edition. And so I was elated to have seen that, and so that made my day. So, all right. Big mountain of slabs over here. All right, next up, we have one of my favorite covers. This is Catwoman 51 Adam Hughes variant. Excuse me, no, just the cover. I'm sorry, not a variant, it's the cover. I just absolutely love the artwork on this, and I just love her facial expression on this. This is one of my favorite Batman covers. So, actually found this book again in a collection that we had. I actually found this for free, so I was thrilled to have 2 copies of this. I need to send that other copy off to get graded, but this was one of my favorite copies here. So, Dark Knight 3: The Master Race #7. That is one of my favorite books. I just love the color palette on that, and that is from Gabrielle Del Otto, and I got that one from Bulletproof Comics, if I'm not mistaken. Yep, Bulletproof Comics, and that's the Virgin variant. And I'm not sure how limited this is, but I just picked it up because I like the cover, off the strength of the cover alone. Next up, all new Wolverine #496. Just like I love yellows, reds, purples, blacks, reds, and whites. I always tend to pick those covers up. I think I paid $15 for the book itself, and so it's like, hey, you know what? I just like the way it looks. I love the colors, and I ended up getting a slab. All right. Next up, this is one that I bought at the time. Did not realize what the value would be over a period of time, but this is a 9/4 Amazing Spider-Man #1. Yes, it's CBCS, but I don't give a poot. It's still Amazing Spider-Man #1. And it's the first appearance of Cindy Moon, and it's the variant, the Martin variant. And so, got this book, man, back when this book was absolutely nothing. I think I paid maybe a whopping $45 for it, and I just picked it up. It's like, you know what? I like that cover. Has that Miles Morales. For those who see a lot of artwork online, sometimes a lot of people make wallpapers with Miles Morales, but I absolutely love the way Spider-Man is looking on this with the background color palette of New York. Let's see. So, absolutely loved it, and picked it up. and just never thought anything. I didn't even realize Cindy Moon, and it's right there on the slab. I didn't even realize it until recently that was her first appearance. Next up is another book that I got that was when it was absolutely nothing. I think I paid maybe $95 for this, and that is Batman Beyond #1. It's amazing at how quickly and how fast books have shot up the charts. So I picked this up, Batman Beyond fan of course, and decided I'd get it slabbed, and got 2 copies of this. I think I have the Six Flags variant as well somewhere in a box, but I need to get that slabbed. Now I need to get it slabbed. Of course, like I said, a lot of these books weren't really expensive or worth much back in the day when I got them, and so I just kind of got second copies of them tucked away. But yeah, this is another one of my favorites. And I've got another one here, right here in front of me. Yep, there it is. This is one of my absolute favorites, and it's extremely hard to find. You can probably find them on eBay, but this is people don't understand how rare this book is. This is the 1 in 500 Harley Quinn Del Auto pink variant. These are really, 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 really low printed. So if you find one, grab one. I think I paid $50 straight from Bulletproof Comics and got it slabbed as soon as it came. And it's one of my favorite Harley Quinn covers, if not my favorite Harley Quinn. Well, no, I still gotta go BA12. One of my favorite cartoons as a child. If you watched our show this past weekend, we talked about some of my favorite cartoons. Darkwing Duck was absolutely one of my favorite cartoons. So when I got this book and I had it in good shape, I got out of a dollar bin in really good shape. I decided to go ahead and get it graded, and just never know. Sometimes this stuff is worth something, and sometimes it's just nostalgia purposes, and that's exactly what that buy was for me. Was purely nostalgic. All right, and so bought this Invincible #1, Larry's limited edition, Larry's World of Comics limited edition. Paid a whopping $75 for this. I don't think anybody thought about Invincible at that time, was even thinking about this being anything, and so I was trying to just kind of round out my collection and purchased it. And of course, now with a great show that's on Amazon, if you've not seen it, you need to watch it. It's now starting to tick up. Reprints. If you find the right one, sometimes life is good to you. But this is the Detective Comics 27, 1984 reprint. The only way you could have gotten this is through Oreo by sending in a coupon. I got this book. I think I paid 15 strong hard dollars for it on eBay on a Midnight Marauders deal. Like I told you can find good deals at night if you take your time. And came back in 9.4, and I was floored. Like, wow. So this is probably the closest I'll ever get to Detective Comics 27. But ended up picking that up and went ahead and got it graded. So, all right. Next up is a DC character that tends to go under the radar a lot. This is Brave and the Bold 57, Metamorpho, the Element Man. Just picked that up, man, because I like the artwork. I'm a big fan of older artwork as well. And so Metamorpho, I've got the first few issues of his appearances. So I went ahead and picked that up. I think I was at Book Nut when I saw this book. I think I got it for like $10, something like that. And so, hey man, like I said, it's a 5.0. It came back a 5.0, but I mean, it still presents well. And that's one of the main things with me, is that a lot of these books present well. And I just want to have them in my collection. And that's the most important thing, is that if you can find books that you just want to have in your collection and you can get them graded, I mean, 5 is nothing bad for a book of this age. So, yep, this is Silver Age too. So, yeah, I mean, grab it, man. You see them, grab them. Grab them. Ugh. Slide over here. Slide. All right. Next up is a book I got down in Albany, Georgia. Green Lantern number 87 first appearance of John Stewart. This is one of my all-time favorite comic book covers. One, because it debuts the Black Lantern, and two, it's just a simple cover that is executed perfectly. Once again, it's white, a white cover, and also it is the artwork itself. Green Lantern has a lot of older work that is really nice. So I'm actually glad to have this in my collection. It's not the highest of highest grades, but like I told you before, just a lot of times if you can just get this stuff in your collection, then you can do well. All right. And I'm not sure how much that's going for now because I hadn't checked in a while. Al is going to love these next two pickups. This is one I got for a whopping $35. That is Shazam #1. Not the Captain Marvel #1, but it's the Shazam #1. The original Captain Marvel. 9.0 PGX. I'm not sure what this would be at a CGC. I'd probably have to go anywhere from 8.5 to 9.4. Or whatever. I really don't know and really don't care. I'm not really big on it has to be CGC. I see a lot of that in the card world where it has to be PSA. I just need the book to be encapsulated and presents well and looks good. And it checked off all the boxes for me, so I am satisfied. Do not sleep on these, man. A lot of people, I'm gonna bring it back right quick. A lot of people sleep on this, man. You can find a lot of valuable books in PGX and CBCS. So don't miss out on those. All right, another book that Al is gonna like. Graded XMen 100. Newsstand. I just realized it's a newsstand after all these years. 7.5. I can't quite remember where I got this book from, but I got it and sent it off to get slabbed, and I was thrilled. So when it came back 7.5, I was elated, but I really got it because I couldn't, at that time, I couldn't afford, and I still can't do it now, giant size X-Men. And so I decided that this would probably be my alternative. I had already got X-Men 94, and I was like, you know what? New X-Men versus old X-Men. We're gonna go with it. And Larry, somebody explain to me, is this the first time? No, excuse me, never mind. I answered my own question just thinking about it because it's on the cover of Giant Size. So nope. I was wondering if that was the first time that was his yellow uniform, but nope, it's on Giant Size. All right, next up is, no, I'm not gonna bring that one. I'm gonna say that one. I'm gonna say that one towards the end. We'll bring up one that recently I showed on one of my hauls. This is Batman 103. Now, there's some confusion here because I can't quite figure it out. I can't quite figure out if this is Silver Age or Golden Age, but it's right there on the line. This is the book I bought up in Atlanta, up at Galactic Quest, and I think I paid $75 for it. And I got it cleaned and pressed, and it came out to a 6, so I was elated to have this book at a high grade. So I was more than thrilled to have this one. Old Batman, I always buy old Batman. No matter what, old Batman gets bought. Next up is a trifecta. We have Grendel. We've got Grendel 1, 2, and 3. All signed by Matt Wagner. Got this deal on eBay. This is actually my first. These are actually the first slabs I ever bought. Got these on eBay on this crazy ass deal. Dude sold all 3 of them for like $125. And I was like, OMG. So I went ahead, got them. I've got to get the first appearance of Grendel to complete my Grendel stash, and that's it, man. But yeah, got those, man. Sometimes you can find lots of slabs, man, on a deal. So be on the lookout for that. All right, here's another book that I bought that was when it was absolutely nothing. I mean, absolutely nothing. I think I paid 30 bucks for this, and now it's the spice of the month, and that is Amazing Spider-Man 316, first cover appearance of Venom. How this was slept on all these years, I have no earthly idea. You know what's funny? I just realized something. You got Amazing Spider-Man 316, first cover appearance of Venom, and then you flip the numbers around, 361, you got the first appearance of Carnage. That's pretty funny. But I mean, this book was nothing because everybody was going after 300 for years, and so I ended up getting this, man, for nothing. And some of these grades I forgot what they were, and I just got them because they were slab, and that's all I was worried about. But it's kind of funny. I see these grades now, and I'm kind of like, wow, I didn't know I had that high grade, you know. So, because most times when I get slabs, I tend to just leave them in the box and put them up. All right, here's another book that I bought, slabbed, and I bought this at a show. I think I bought this at a show. Can't quite remember. But I know I didn't pay any more than $100 for it. And that's Teen Titans #1. This is still extremely undervalued. So you still can find this actually floating around out there for little or nothing. I've got 1 and 2, both slabbed. I don't know where 2 is. I think 2 is in another box. But you can get these for little or nothing, man. I mean, they're very, very undervalued. Teen Titans 1 and 2, got those. This was a book that I got at a show about 3 years ago, and was glad to finally have been able to get it. I paid $100 for it, slabbed, and that's Conan the Barbarian #1. Was absolutely glad to get that off the list, especially now since Conan is starting to tick up, and was able to grab that and add it to the collection. All right. Just love the artwork on it, man. I mean, look at this artwork, man. I mean, they really did a great job of making Conan larger than life on that cover. Just, it screams a warrior. So I was thrilled to get that. Now, I wanted to get Red Sonja, man, but I kind of resigned to the fact that I won't be getting that. All right, next up, Crow #3. I got this one early on. Can't quite remember where I got it from. I got it. I think I got 3 out of one of the local shops, and then just ended up sending it off to get slabbed. I've got 2. 2 is actually, I'm looking at 2 right now over on my shelf, and I've actually got 1 that is tucked away, and I've got another one that's in a really good shape. That's the one I'm sending off to get graded. So I was able to get the first 1, 2, 3 of that, and was thrilled to have that. So, all right. Next up is a book that I didn't realize I had, and the collection has been so long I did not even realize I had it. Tomb of Dracula. Did not know I had #1. I actually thought I had Werewolf by Night #1, but it's Tomb of Dracula #1 that I have. Hey man, Tomb of Dracula. What more can I say? Classic Bronze Age cover. Was glad to have it. Got a few issues here on the staple side, but you know, it is what it is. It's encapsulated, and that's all that matters. Low grade is better than no grade, so got that one. And then we have more Tomb of Dracula. One of my favorite covers. This is one of my all-time favorite. I was just telling Larry about this the other night. One of my all-time favorite covers is Blade the Vampire Slayer. Just absolutely love everything about this, man. You got Blade getting ready to throw his dagger. You got Dracula getting away. You got a blue cover. You got vibrant colors. You got everything that screams 70s about this book. And I mean, absolutely elated to have gotten this book for $200. I think I paid $200 for it at the time. And now we're talking this book is probably at least $1,200, something like that. I mean, hey, glad to have it in the stash, and excited. So this is Tomb of Dracula 12. All right. Sorry about that. Looks like I had a video issue there. But Night Nurse #1. Was able to get this here and get it slabbed as well. I think my battery's getting low, so I'm gonna kind of zoom through these last few. Miss Marvel #1. Picked that up. Staple detached. Just a beat up copy. I think I paid like $45 for it, something like that. I've actually got 2 copies of this. So, and coming up on my last 2. My last few heavy hitters. Avengers #3. It's a 0.5. Most Avengers books usually beat the hell up. Anything from 1 to 5, because people actually was reading them. I mean, it was hot shit, and so people were reading them. And this copy was beat the hell up front and back, but it was #3. The cover is what did it for me. It was what made me buy it. I think I paid $75 for this, and it was one of those I say get out of jail deal. So got it for that. Green label, but it's still Amazing Spider-Man 129. Someone cut the coupon out. There's a coupon in this too, and someone cut the coupon out, and I didn't realize it, but until I got it graded, and that's what knocked that down to a 4. Otherwise, I probably got this at about a 6. So that really hurt me on this, but still in my collection. So if I can find a better copy at a good price, I'll probably buy that. And one of my all-time favorite covers, Fantastic Four, 49. I mean, what more can I say? Look who's on the cover. First appearance, cover appearance of Galactus. Second appearance of Silver Surfer. First cover appearance of him, if I'm not mistaken. Hey man, this is just a badass cover. So, all right, in the home stretch. The big dog, Hulk 181, 6.5. Paid a whopping $1,200 for this book. In this condition, now this book is worth about 5, 6, 7, 8, depending on what day of the week you buying it. And just glad to have that in the stash. All right, and we are almost there, y'all. We're almost there. My last 2. We've got the Nintendo covers, I call it. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #4. This is the second printing. I've got a first printing in a box. Like I said, I've got to go through some of these boxes, man, because I've got slabs. I'm thinking about it now, like, damn, I gotta go find that box. But yeah, we've got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #4. And last but not least is the big dog. This is my prized possession. This is my all-time favorite comic, my all-time favorite slab. The Slab of Slabs. Those who know me know this was going to be #1 at the end. We have Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles #1. First printing. It is low grade, 3.5, but I don't give a damn. This is a book that I probably will not sell unless somebody offers me a huge amount of money. But it would take a lot for me to sell this book. This is my prized possession. This is my holy grail of comic books. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, first print. Want to give a shout out to my boy Will, who sold this book to me. He didn't have to sell it. He didn't want to sell it, but he could tell I really wanted this book. And so he sold it to me, man. And so I am elated to have finally gotten this book. As a Ninja Turtles, lifelong Ninja Turtles fan, this was the one that I have been looking for years. And I am proud to say that I now have, well, I had it before, but I didn't have it before, but now as of recently, I just completed it. I've got all of the first prints except the second print. That's the only one I'm missing. So if I can find a second print for a really good price, I'll probably buy it. But other than that, I've got 1 through 10, including most of the reprints outside of that #2 of #1, which for some strange reason I went past that and got 3. So went ahead and got the 3rd print. So this is it, man. That's it. So this is my haul. This is my CGC haul part 1. I've got other stuff that I'll show at a later date, but this is kind of what I want to show to you all so that you can see some of my favorite books that I've had graded. And you see that I kind of don't too much. I don't do the whole grade snob thing, so you can kind of see that if I get the book, I tend to just buy the book, and you know, you just never know. Like in this case with Ninja Turtles #1, a 3.5 is just as valuable as having it. It's just not having it at all. So these are books that I will hold on to for years. Unless Hulk 181 goes to three-digit status, and then we'll probably talk about getting rid of that. So, all right. Well, with that, make sure you like, share, subscribe, tell a friend, check us out. We've got more haul videos coming this week, and I hope that everyone has a great Memorial Day. And once again, thanks for checking us out. Follow us on Instagram, Comment Hall Roundtable Discussion, all one word. Make sure you check us out. Some of our library of great videos. We've got a few spec videos coming down the pike as well. So make sure you're on the lookout for that. What I would call responsible spec videos per se, because a lot of people just throwing out garbage. But no, we've got. I'm actually working on a video today, as a matter of fact, a video I think that you may want to check out. But make sure you check us out. Once again, Comment Hall Roundtable Discussion on IG. Check out our library. We got playlists dating back. We got videos dating back 4 years. We've been doing this for a while. So make sure you hit that like button on the way out, and tell a friend about the Comment Hall and Roundtable Discussion.